And straight into the next track, we have Ekoh featuring Buddy Nielsen of Census Fail. And this is called Wasted. This is from Ekoh's YouTube channel. Go and check him out. Send him some love. Original creator. Put his heart and soul in these tracks. Don't just watch it through me. You're not getting, obviously, the experience that Ekoh intended. Check him out. He's great. Let's just go. 2 minutes 39. Short track.
I've been sick of feeling in a way, waiting while my life never falls into place, wishing everything didn't taste so bitter when it sounds so sweet when you say that this is life. Everybody fucked up saying it's alright, but the walls too quick, now you're stuck inside, an attempt to commit social suicide. I'm bottom bound, just give me the drugs to take. Like if this gets me high enough, I'll finally have some space, or just some distance from these problems I don't wanna face. That gets so far from all the shit that no one stops to say. How the fuck you feeling? I ain't really dealing with this shit too well. I'm not a demon, I'm a person trying to get through hell. You only wanna hear me out until it gets too real. The truth is bitter as the coating on these little pills. Yeah, I've been sick of feeling in a way, waiting while my life never falls into place, wishing everything didn't taste so bitter when it sounds so sweet when you say everyone that I know is falling back into hell. All my hope is going right down the drain. It's all in my head. It's all in my head. You're leaving me wasted. I don't wanna feel like
Okay. Soppy Frey. Face Break. A song about I heard the social S word. I can't say it because it will get the video restricted, which is absolutely ridiculous because it's things that we should be talking about. But this track instantly resonates with me because I've watched it straight off the back of Drag Me From Hell, where I was talking about people using these coping strategies that work in the short term to take away pain, but then in the long term cause other consequences. And I come across this where children see their parents or their caregivers coping in this way and they learn, oh, this is how we cope with things, and then it gets passed down. And there's some lines specifically, I think, were about coping strategies. If this gets me high enough, I'll have some space or some distance from these problems I don't want to face. I mean, like I just said, it's an understandable response. Things that work in the short term are really easily reinforced. But the problems you don't want to face, the problems that cause you pain, the problems you are avoiding are still waiting for you. They don't go away. But there was a standout line. Then get so far from all this that no one stopped. Stop to say how you feeling. I'm not a demon. I'm a person trying to get through hell. You only want to hear me out until it gets too real. Love that line. We don't connect with anyone properly anymore, do we? If you see someone who looks like they are struggling, I'm trying to think of some ways that that might be observed, but I don't want to reduce it into a really simplistic list. But if it looks like someone is struggling, do we stop and ask them if they are okay? Do we genuinely want to know how other people are doing? I mean, we might ask people because it's polite. We feel like it's the thing that we should do, but do most people really care when they ask that of someone else? And if the person replies with more than a, maybe this is a British thing, with a fine, oh, all right, and they actually start to tell us how they really feel and where they're struggling, it's like that bit where Echo says, "You only want to hear me out until it gets too real." Like as soon as I start sharing with you how I'm really doing, it gets uncomfortable, and you don't want to know. You don't want to listen. You just want to get some distance away from me. But Echo's not a demon. He's not a demon for saying that he might be struggling. He's having a difficult day. Maybe he's coming off abrupt or cold towards someone. but it's not because he's a demon. It's because he's trying to get through hell. You know, he's got stuff going on. He's trying to deal with it. So don't demonize him for that. Treat him like a human being. Oh, this stuff really annoys me. I feel myself getting worked up. Only halfway through the song.
I don't wanna feel like I should give up, but everyone I love is so fucked up. Always trying to fill up my cup. I'll be pushing daisies until I run. The shame I feel when I explode. Watch me burn like heaven snow.
Woo!
Shame I feel when I explode. Like a love that you need that don't ever get old. Everyone I love is fucked up. Everyone that
Look at
I know
drinking.
is falling back into hell. All my hope is going right down the drain.
Kids now caring,
All in my
being parentified.
It's all in my head. You're leaving me wasted.
Oh boy, I bet. I hate watching videos like this because this is how I envisage that a lot of the kids that I work with, they're the kind of things they've had to go through and experience. And then because I work in the justice system, it's very easy to judge them when they do what are perceived as bad behaviors. And I can I can get people's perspective of that, but when you know their backgrounds and you know what they've been through, and you just, I don't know, you gain more empathy and compassion for them. I'm just thinking that. My mind's going, is there a line? Is there, are there some behaviors that are so bad? And I work in the justice system, so some people have been involved in some very, very serious crimes. And although I just want to add here that it doesn't absolve them from responsibility. There's still consequences to their actions. And there are still things that need to be considered. Like, how do you work with these children? How do you rehabilitate them so this doesn't happen again? How do you stop them from reoffending? What's best for them? What's best for society? Do we need to think about public protection? Do we need to think about risk? Are other people safe from them? If they're not safe from them, how are we going to work with that? It gets really complicated really quickly. We're not saying we excuse the behavior at all. We're saying we understand where the behavior has come from. And if we understand where the behavior has come from, then we can have an understanding of how best we can help and support them so this behavior doesn't happen again. Who was that? Buddy Nielsen of Senses Fail. Never heard of Buddy Nielsen, never heard of Senses Fail. But man, he's got some screams in him, hasn't he? And I wish we had more of that. It feels like he could go really heavy. I really wish this had been a heavier track. And he has some interesting lines, didn't he? Everyone that I know has fallen back into hell. And then he says, all my help and all my hope is going right down the drain. Is that referring to him connecting to people who have had similar experiences and they are now slipping back into their old habits, back into their old behavioral responses and taking their help and support away from Buddy? And now they're feeling on their own again and have to deal with their own stuff without that support. Obviously, that's difficult. It's frustrating. It's sad to see friends go through that, get caught in that cycle again. Especially, well, not especially. I mean, that's sad, but independently of that, that can then have an impact on you if those people were part of your support structure. I wonder if that's what Buddy's getting at. But again, another great collab. I wish it could have been a little bit heavier, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it. Still has an important message. Ekoh once again sharing vulnerability, full of courage. I don't think there's much left to say. Thank you, Ekoh. Go check out his channel. Loads of great stuff on there. We're slowly working through it. That's it. Take care, everyone. Bye.